Andrew Luck, Antonio Brown, and LeRon McClain, what do these have in common? Find out next.
Welcome to the Two Random Podcast. Tired of subscribing to 100 different podcasts?
Yeah.
SirXpress and ISpeakMotivate eliminate boredom while giving you their commentary on breaking news, movies, music, and so much more.
Going down, man.
Subscribe today and rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts now.
I always follow them.
Random is the only solution. Two Random Podcast starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I'm SirXpress.
And I'm SirXpress.
And today we have so many topics. But first is going to be about Andrew Luck. Now, we heard about the surprising retirement of him at the Colts game. It was actually leaked, and the fans booed him.
Yes, and in that situation, after they found out, when he went and did his press conference, he said that it hurt when he heard the boos coming from the crowd. It hurt him so bad because he put his all into making sure that they made the playoffs and eventually we're going to make, try to make the Super Bowl. So it hurt him so bad when people decided to come after him and tried to make it a situation where, he, is a bad person for retiring and doing something that's good for him in his life. He also stated that it was not feeling, fun anymore. And when something's not fun or you don't love it no more, it's kind of hard to put your all into something that you do not love anymore. Like, what do you think in that situation?
Well, basically, what I was thinking was that Andrew Luck, he had 136 sacks. We listened to together. We listened to Stephen A. Smith. And when we listened to him, we heard about him not having a O-line to protect him for many years, up until recently, you said. And so if the fans think about it like this, you're going into a job and you're promised resources, and then they give you those certain resources, management, they give you the resources, and you thought this was your dream job. You really thought it was your dream job, but you go in, day out, mental stress, psychological stress, physical stress or whatever. It is not healthy for you to go in there day after day, because stress really can debilitate you day after day. And then it's just not worth it to you after a few times. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And
it hurts because it's just like, you thought it was going to be something totally different, but it wasn't. And certain people come after him, like Mr. Doug Gottlieb. He tweeted, "Retiring because rehabbing is too hard is the most millennial thing ever." And the problem with that statement is this. Why is it that when millennials say enough is enough, it's giving up? And to me, when people state that millennials, it's giving up, no, it's not. It's saying enough is enough. It's not giving up. It's saying enough is enough. You have to think about your health, because that doesn't come at a price tag. Just adding some extra stats on the board, that is not going to help him down the road if he has a terrible illness like CTE, or is paralyzed in the game, or is, he develops some type of disease due to staying there too long. And he had a private conversation with his doctor and was like, it's not looking good. I mean, you can play again, but it wouldn't be worth it as far as your longevity, just a normal life. So I feel like he really looked at the decision, thought about thought about himself, his family, his wife, and things like that. His family. Doesn't he have children?
I don't know if they have kids yet. I think they're actually expecting a child. I think I'm not sure. I think I heard about it, but not sure in that situation, guys. You guys let us know if he has a child or not. But we're not too sure on this situation. But
it's like we want. The thing is, we just want him to be safe, and we're happy that he made a decision to be safe. And I feel like he is a hero in this regard, because a lot of people don't take the time to actually do what's best for them, and they feel like loyalty is to be with the employer when it needs to be to self and family, period. For me, it's like God and family. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Period. Because your job or whatever isn't going to be out there for you. You're just another number. It's sad, but it is true, because when we go into our deeper in our other topics, you're going to see why it is important that Andrew Luck made that step. So, what is our next topic?
Our next topic, Antonio Brown. Oh my gosh, he loses in his second grievance against the NFL for his helmet. In this situation, it seems like the NFL is trying to get him to wear a helmet which they deem is better fit for him. He doesn't agree. He wants to fight it. I mean, I get it, and I don't at the same time. I feel like if the NFL is doing this, they've, studied it, trying to figure out what's going on to see what would be the best angle and what would be the best helmet to put on the players so that we can prevent CTE. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because I believe the reason why this is so important to me, and I'm going to go more into it on the third topic, but the whole thing with Antonio Brown in the helmet, I understand what he's saying. This situation, though, because it doesn't meet safety protocol, I wouldn't want the old helmet based off of that. Because like we're discussing with Andrew Luck, the amount of times being hit, all the other things, the physicality of football, period, you do need to upgrade the helmet to something that's more safe. Now, because this disease, they don't really find out about it up until you passed away. And they said out of 111 football players, only one didn't have CTE. And that's very hard to hear. So for me, for Antonio Brown, if he continues to fight, I hope it is to have actually a better helmet than the one that they just recently got the upgrade on, just due to the fact that it seems as if the CTE is becoming more rapid.
Exactly. And we hope that at the end of the day, it is a thing to where we can fight it and keep it from being to that point where, we're having to fight for helmets or, because every helmet is protecting us. So, at the end of the day, I hope he makes the right decision. I hope that at the end of the day, everybody is in agreement with the decision that they make. But Antonio Brown, we're just looking out for you, man. Please get what is best for you. Get what is best. I mean, I understand you might feel that the other helmet may be better. See if you can find a healthy medium. Because if you don't trust that helmet, find something that you can trust that the NFL also trusts. At the end of the day, I just want everybody to be happy in this situation. I don't want you to end up getting fined just because you don't want to wear the helmet. But then I also don't want you to be in a situation where you are uncomfortable with what you're wearing. So the next thing we're going to talk about is McClain. And biggest reason we want to talk about him is that he is stating on Twitter that he is dealing with CTE. What did he write on Twitter?
He basically tweeted that he needs to tell my story of how my head is crazy and how football did it. Please, someone help me get out. The NFL puts paperwork in our SIC faces, and that's it. CTE is a degenerative disease of the brain and associated with repeated head traumas like concussions. And the NFL acknowledged a connection between football and CTE for the first time in 2016 and has since rolled out initiatives intended to increase the game's safety and to prevent and treat head injuries. So this is fairly new. Now, this is a situation. We're just going to go deeper into what he has to say. I have to get my head checked. Playing fullback since high school, it takes too effing much to do anything. My brain is effing tired. NFL, I need some help with this S. Dark times and it's showing. Effing help me, please. In the end, he also said, watch how fast they come to aid if I was some QB or anything. But no, I was effing fullback. That did it all. At NFL, I need help and I need the process to speed the F up. And he later tweeted that he had a moment after that. And then he said, just know I'm going to fight this thing and block it like I'm blocking 60 PWR on the goal line. We going to score. I got this. So, the thing with McClain, the reason why
it's such a big deal.
It's such a big deal, and how all the topics correlate is this. I'm proud of Andrew Luck because he got out of there ahead of time. He like, look, nobody's going to take care of me like myself. I don't care how much they say, coach is like a father to me. These are like my brothers. No matter what, I have to make sure that it was best for me. And I bet you some old heads, some ex-NFL players is like, man, look, I'm already suffering with something right now. And you just don't want to be in this situation. It's better to be safe than sorry. You know what I'm saying? With the Antonio Brown situation. With Antonio Brown, I have no problems with it. As long as you're making sure you're getting a helmet that is above the safety features. Now, that's what I believe is worth fighting for because he wants the old one. But for me, for Antonio Brown, I want you to fight for a better helmet that's better than the safety guidelines that they set. Now, for me, that's worth fighting for because there's nothing worth your life. Now, with McClain here, he's actually calling for help. So you're actually seeing the transition of what could happen.